Hey, so it's Wolfin from FurTalk Tech, and this is actually the first video game review we're going to be doing. This is Cities XL 2012. It is a neat little game by Focus Home Interactive. Came out in October of last year. I'm actually just getting now around to reviewing it. So a little slow on my part. We're zooming around the city here now. They have an amazing intro scene. It makes me wonder how much the game dev time was actually spent just on that intro. Comparatively, well, I guess every one of these city series has had an intro similar to that, but it's still nice eye candy. Disappointingly, it does glitch starting from that point, so seeing the vertical sync go out of balance there is kind of annoying, especially with a build as powerful as mine. We'll get started in the tutorial. So this is the result, the review. I'm obviously not doing the review while I'm playing. I'm recording this after the fact. Gives me a chance to monologue and ramble. But my opinions are the result of 3 hours worth of gameplay, not just what you're watching the sections of now. Overall, the game is very interesting. It's nicely balanced. Parts of it are very, very irritating. For instance, right here in the tutorial here, you're watching the first steps. The tutorial actually stopped working at this point right here. So past this point, there was no way for me to move forward. I tried for several minutes. So I actually gave up and started playing the game normal. On a second pass of the tutorial, on a second pass though, the tutorial did work. And I was able to go through the entire first 3 tutorials without problem. So I'm not sure why it decided to glitch on this try. So an annoying start, especially with someone just picking up the City series. The music in this, I'm just going to stop for a minute and let you guys listen to the music in this game. So the music is pretty nice, although it does seem somewhat repetitive. After playing for 3 hours, I was definitely tired of what they provided. It's an interesting contrast. I'm going to start contrasting it with SimCity 4 right now, because when you do a city simulation game, you have to contrast with SimCity 4. SimCity 4, they had a huge track list. It really didn't get boring until you had played for days, and there are some songs you end up really, really loving. This seemed to only have a small selection, and it got boring very quickly. So the music, probably, I'll give it a 7 out of 10 if I'm going to do a rating system. Let's start a rating system. Yeah, 7 out of 10, music. There we go, we started one. The overall controls worked really well. I'm going to show a quick clip here. Zooming down into street level works great. We can go along here and zoom along the street. And, whoa, that's an interesting facet. There's actually a real-life ad in my fake life game. I'm not sure if I like that. We have one for Ford here, one for Alienware. And, yeah, you don't want advertising in a game that you've paid the retail price, this is $40 for. You don't want that. I like the touches of having brands in there, but that's a rare thing. You don't go and put banners and signs every block of the city with these couple of brands featured on them. It's not nice. I don't like that. So on that rating alone, yeah, no. The graphics are good. They glitch a bit. I do have a 6-core processor, like 16 gigabytes of RAM, and GTX. I forget what series is, but one of the higher-end GTX cards. And to see graphics still glitching is annoying. The game actually gets progressively slower and glitchier the larger your city gets, so it does seem to be very poorly optimized. Which is very annoying. So let's get into the actual review part here. So, music, let's call that a 7 out of 10, we already did that. Graphics, probably a 5 or a 6 out of 10. I mean, they're very, very sweet graphics. The 3D elements are very nice. This is the kind of thing that you wish when you do play a game like SimCity 4, you could zoom down and see this kind of detail, so it's very nice to have that kind of detail. The sad part is when you zoom down to street level, the controls become very clunky. I'd love to see better controls for on street level to be able to drive some of these cars. Gameplay, it gets really annoying, and you'll end up getting tired of it very quickly. I played for 3 hours, and past that point it was like, I'm grinding now. It becomes a very grinding game. You're basically playing for points. You see here already we have a few achievement banners pop up, And I'm not sure I like that. A city simulator is supposed to be a toy. It's not really something you can turn effectively into a game. It's something you could go and play at mindlessly, and you make progressive goals yourself. You do what you want to do, and the game is very, very particular and very vocal at telling you things that it wants you to do, like telling you to build more population room and just constantly alerting you with different things and stuff. And you also can't really make bad choices early off. I'm not sure how you would end up in a cash flow negative situation with this game, mainly because most of the more expensive elements aren't available until you're midway through, and apparently even at that point they aren't really necessary. I get an achievement just for building a game to 30,000 people without having running water. So that's not always a great method, so there seems to be no way to really break it, and with no real way to fail, the success isn't very sweet whatsoever. The controls, let's give it a 9 out of 10. It does kind of feel like Rus, if you've played Rus, or Europe Escalation, I believe it's called, which is another one with the same technology. To zoom down to ground level, it's smooth. It's not as smooth as what was in Rus. It would be nice to have that sort of world engine into a simulator. That would be an awesome thing, I think. And if Macy's can get their hands on that, or if Focus Home can get their hands on that technology behind Rus and actually apply that well to a city simulator, it would be very awesome, because the light in that alone will make your mouth water. But overall, the game is buggy, it's glitchy. I would probably give it maybe 5 out of 10, because I'm being nice. It's not something that's going to draw your attention for very long. It's $40 retail on Steam. If you happen to own any of the prior City XL series titles, you'll get a discount. It'll become $15. If you wait till a Steam sale, you can pick it up for probably around $10. And honestly, 10 is the upper limit of what this game is worth. It's really fun to go and play around with if you're getting tired of SimCity 4. If you don't have a city simulator, go get SimCity 4. You can get it for like $5 when Steam has a sale. Grab it, play it, you'll love it. And then if you're kind of getting tired of it, if that ever happens, try Cities XL, give it a try, see what you like about it. The 3D elements of it are much nicer than SimCity 4, but very poorly implemented. That kind of ruins the sweet savor of that. So ultimately, it's a 6GB download on Steam. It's 9GB installed, not a small game. Lots of content in there if you can actually manage to get past the boredom to play to it. But it is a little buggy, it is a little glitchy. They do release updates on a very infrequent basis for it. It seems like Focus's main method of revenue is to release a new one every year, so don't expect bug fixes, don't expect new content. It is, like I say, it's worth $10. If you can get it for $10, grab it. Otherwise, yeah, don't. So that's the review for FurTalk of Cities XL 2012. Find more reviews at FurTalk.com. We also do a podcast, and you'll love the podcast because there's more than just me talking. So go there, get that, enjoy it, and we'll see you real soon. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and subscribe to our podcasts and feeds over at FurTalk, FurTalk.com.